problem we were looking to solve out here on our patio, it's a very big area, and we have a lot of people down there, and we have live country nights and things like that. And when there's no air moving, people just don't stick around. They're not having a good time. And so the problem we were trying to solve was getting a fan that was large enough to move the air throughout the patio with not a lot of noise to disrupt with the shows or whatever else kind of venue items we were having that night, and people like it. The patio space before we got the fan was dead hot, especially if the wind wasn't blowing. People wouldn't hang out as long. We would notice customers would complain, you know, it's warm. You could hear them grumbling and saying things, maybe not specifically to us, but you could just feel it with everybody who was there. As far as the noticeability of the fan with our customers and employees, when they walk up our ramp here, everybody just pauses and looks, and like they're just in awe usually, and they ask a lot of questions. They want to know who makes it, how do they get their hands on it, things like that. Then they always go under and stand underneath it, just like in awe of how much air is being produced on such a low speed. And I think that's the main reason you want one of these fans. You don't want a lot of noise, but you need that air movement. And the fan's not as distracting once you're in the crowd and you just feel it. A lot of people think it's just a breeze, but it's not, it's a fan. Experience with Macro Air was always pleasant. You could call them anytime. They answered the phone. They answered your questions promptly. If they didn't know, they would find somebody who did. I've called other fan companies, and they seemed to not care that I even called at all. They would always point me to their website. They didn't have a lot of customer service like Macro Air, and that's why we went with them. Final thoughts on getting the AVD3. I know we made the right choice because we're seeing retention in customers down there. We're getting a lot of people asking about it. I even had one night it kind of cooled off and people were like, can you turn the fan down? So we know it's really working well, which we want our customers to stay cool because we do live in a kind of a dry, hot climate, and this has solved every problem we had out there real easily.